Hey gang, it's TJ here, your Dungeon Master, your faithful janitor of Dusklight Radio, and I'm just jumping into the beginning to let you know that this is the 24th episode of our delightful Monster of the Week in Sturgeon series, The Nightmare Detectives. And I just wanted to make sure that none of you are jumping in this late in the game and saying, what the hell's going on? Why is this British dude going, all the time? I know it's a little bit annoying sometimes, apologies on that front, but there is a playlist. It's right linked on the description, and it should be available for you now. If you are new here and you've come over and you love Sturgeon, I really would recommend you check this out. It is with a bunch of my dear friends. We have a lot of fun. We craft a story that is all canon, well, most of it's canon in Sturgeon, and it was one of the greatest narrative experiences of my life now at Soka. And I'm going to be uploading them regularly now. 6 episodes went up earlier on the Patreon. They are quite far ahead, and if you want to get more of this, please consider subscribing for that and other content early. Otherwise, we're going to have these going up regularly going forward every week. So thank you so much, and this will be going up on podcasting platforms in the coming weeks as well. If you could just show your support there, I'd really appreciate it. But that's enough waffling from me. Please enjoy episode 24. Not all dreams are created equal. We rejoin the detectives in a freeze frame moment, and 2 scenes are playing out concurrently. If you imagine it like a split screen, on the left we have 2 of the Nightmare Detectives, or rather 3 of them, I should say, with Nish, in Jimmy and Jericho, pinned to the walls as Deimos, not so surreptitiously, not so subtly, smiles and says, "Welcome back to the family," while Faye Muldoon is drowning Babylon Stump. And on the other side of the screen, we have Endicott, Capri, Callista, and Muldoon as they come to realize Muldoon's words about Faye's origins. And in the middle of all of this, we have Fala, who has been tirelessly working on the bodies to ascertain that, despite early assertions that it might be a life fractal, it was the death fractal that took both of these bodies. And when aligning that up with the chart, you are left with more questions than answers. And I think in a juxtaposition of what we normally do, we're not going to go straight to the scene with Deimos. We're going to go back to Callista, who is still standing there reeling in the words of what Muldoon has told her, I would assume.
Yes.
Then I'm going to leave it to you.
Okay. He's still. Sorry, I didn't read the notes before this. He's still on the ground, right? Like,
yeah, I mean, positioning wise, I wouldn't worry. That's not that. Yeah, don't worry too much about that. But I think like he would probably be on his knees, sort of staring into nothing, as he recounts Faye's origins.
Okay.
And if you have the notes, by all means, pop them in the chat for everybody, including your forgetful DM.
So wildly incomplete that they're probably not even helpful. But yeah, Callista looks to. I think she was crouched down beside him, and
Probably.
If she's not, I'm just gonna say that she is now. But I think she was.
Yeah.
With her hand on his shoulder, and she looks up at Endicott and she says, "We need to find out where Faye went immediately. This could put Jericho and, well, all of us actually in danger."
Yes. I couldn't agree more, but there are implications to this that go beyond the pale, as it were. Still, we must deal with things here and now. What do you propose?
Well, I could fly us there to where others are, or I could try at least.
I don't think you can, because flight, you need to have been there before.
I need to have either been there before or I fly to a person I know very well.
Oh, excuse me.
And
Sorry.
I would like to think that I know them pretty well by now.
It's been a while since we've tried to do it where you know someone to go to, so that's my bad. No, please.
I don't actually think I've done that before because originally I didn't know everybody really well.
That's fair. That's why I didn't think of it. But yeah, fair enough. No, that's that. In that case, scene continue. Sorry.
I thought it. No, it's fine. I thought of it. The only reason I know that right off the top of my head is because I thought of it last time, and I had to make sure I could actually do it. But anyway, yeah, she says, I could try to transport us there, but I don't know what situation they are dealing with. If they're simply on their way still to where Babylon is, or if Jericho's in the middle of taking Babylon's magic. I wouldn't necessarily want to interrupt that, but if something is wrong and they are in danger, it might be beneficial for us to back them up. So it would be a risk.
But a risk worth
taking. The other
taking.
thing is... Right, and the other thing is we don't know where Faye is, but obviously she knows of Jericho's status as a fractal. And I'm not sure if she has any other connections, but suffice to say, I'd be worried that if she already knew of our plan to go to Babylon, then she would, if not be there herself, then tell someone else that it's happening.
Seems like a sound argument. And if a fractal was to be eliminated, I would sense it and the rankings would change. As of right now, and he waves his foci, and the rankings come up, and Babylon's name is still flashing. He says, It seems that the deed is not done yet.
Right. Callista looks back over at Muldoon and kind of gently squeezes his shoulder and says, are you going to be okay?
He is sort of staring into nothing, and his eyes are pretty glazed. And he looks back at you after a minute, and there's something in his eyes that really unsettles you. And actually, you know what? You can roll to see what that is if you want before I answer, rather than just telling you.
Yeah, sure. Is that sharp?
I think that would be sharp.
Okay.
No. You don't know what he's
Callista
seeing.
doesn't understand emotions.
No. You understand emotions. It's just not one. It's not one you're used to. It's something It's a look that someone has given you before, but it's been so long. All you know is it makes you very uncomfortable. And he says, Kelly, I need you to do something for me. No matter what happens, you don't kill her. You don't let anyone kill her. And he puts a hand on your face. And he's shaking. And he says, if you really want to be a part of my family, then you need to go and protect your kin. You understand?
Yeah, Callista kind of startles a little when he does that, but she maintains her eye contact with him, and she takes a second before nodding slightly and saying, yes, I understand. Gary, I don't believe, as of right now, with what we know, I don't believe Fae would have bad intentions here. I just want to be clear about that. I just want to make sure that she's all right and that she hasn't gotten herself wrapped up into something that is too much for her to handle or too much for her to control. So if that's what I must do, then yes, I will do whatever I can. You have my word.
I don't know what's waiting for you over there. I don't know if the same fuckers who took me are waiting for you, if someone else is waiting for you. I don't know, and I don't care. Now, I've seen a lot of new things and experienced so much in the last few months. I've gained a lot, and I'm not prepared to lose a lot. And Callie, you've lost a lot already. And I don't want to see you lose any more either. Are you, so just to be clear, like, are you promising him, is that like, are you sincerely promising nothing, you won't let anyone touch her, or are you sort of half assuring him?
She is, I think her intention right now is that she is promising that she won't kill her and that she'll basically do her best to make sure that nobody else kills her. Just on the information she has at the moment. I think her thought process is that if she has to change that, she would like talk to Muldoon first and find some other way until then, you know?
Okay.
But I think as of right now, that yes, she's promising that.
In that case, I need you to write in your inventory, similar to what Jericho did quite a long time ago, that you have formed a bond and a pact, which stipulates that you will not let anybody touch her or hurt her.
To the best of my ability, yes.
To the best of your ability, but that means if you have the opportunity to defend her, you have to take it.
Okay, yeah, I'm just making sure that, like, because, if I, like, die or something...
If you die, but that's out of your control, but there will be consequences, like, severe consequences if you break that bond, or if something does come to pass. And this is not a story beat, to be clear, not a story beat. If the dice have it, and it happens, but, you've made that bond.
Right, and again, I think she's just intending to revisit that if the conditions change.
Of course.
Yeah, as of right now, that's fine.
Okay. Are you just staring at Muldoon, or are you looking around now?
Yeah, she's still looking at Muldoon for the moment because she's gonna say, I think if you go back to the spaces in between and you stay there, I know that is a safe place for you. And it'll be a lot easier for me to do what I have to do, knowing at least that you're safe and won't be taken again. So, are you all right staying there while I go to find the others?
Yeah, no problem. I'll be here, waiting for you both.
I'll report back as soon as I can, okay?
I know. And you make sure you don't get hurt too. Just because you can come back don't mean I want to see that happen. I care about you both. You understand?
Calista's expression softens a little bit, and she nods again and says, I understand. And as I said, I'll do my best.
Okay. He gets up and shuffles back into the bar. And the door is still there for the moment. It will disappear if you're out for too long. And obviously Fala is still inside.
Okay.
Endicott is kind of giving you a bit of a side eye, by the way. Whether or not you want to address that now or not, like, that's up to you. But he's just kind of shuffling and he looks awkward.
Well, Callista will look over. Well, she'll, like, stand back, straighten back up and look over at him and say, Would you like to come with me?
He gives you a sort of a, I guess it's a sort of a sad look, and he says, "You truly are one of the best among us, Callista. Despite your potential lineage, you still try to make the best of a situation. You really have grown."
Making the best of a situation is sometimes all you can do. And if I stop trying, then what else is there?
Yes. Well, those are not your words. That, my dear, is a combination of Margot Sloan and Jericho Branch flowing through you right now. Their influence permeates through you. And a slight naivete. I believe, Callista, that when you are truly driven, nothing could stop you. Nobody. But you are facing a mountain in trying to protect a fractal in a fractal hunt. And Kalista, I will protect this group. I will protect all of you. And if that means protecting you from Fae, I will not hesitate. And if that is going to cause conflict, then perhaps I should stay behind. I leave that to you.
Yeah, when Endicott says that, her expression hardens a little bit. She says, yes, perhaps you should. I know that your loyalty lies with Jericho, but so does mine. And if I have to protect both of them in this, well, I'll find a way.
I'm sure you will. But remember, you can't save everyone.
I remember that very well, thank you. But that doesn't mean I'm going to stop trying.
Good. That's what I want to hear. I'll go and protect the Elder Muldoon. If you need me, Jericho knows how to reach me.
Understood. Thank you, Endicott.
He nods and turns toward the door, and he looks back out one more time, and I guess give me a sharp roll, because I want to see if, again, it's just to see if you see anything in his expression.
Oh, that's better.
Okay, 9. He has what I would consider a wistful look on his face as he stares off into the horizon, and he says, "Looks like a storm is coming." And he goes inside.
Callista walks over to the water that Faye left behind and kind of kneels, crouches down beside it.
Mm-hmm.
And sort of like puts a hand out to touch it lightly, like run her finger through the water.
Mm-hmm.
And then she looks up at the sky and spreads her wings and says, let's hope it's not a bad one.
Then Capri whizzes around you and says, "If it rains, I will try to turn into an umbrella and shield you from the rain."
I appreciate that, Capri. Hopefully there isn't too much water where we're going, but I have a feeling that we might need to prepare for that.
I will prepare for everything. And yeah, I guess give me the roll, and then we'll move scenes. 10.
Ooh!
Absolutely stunning, Callista. Your wings wrap around you, your bat-like wings spread out, and you go into your full eldritch form immediately. And in an arc of black light, you are gone. As you dissipate, we pan the camera up, and on a high-rise building, 3 individuals are standing there. And they're talking amongst themselves. And I'm going to give them voices. These voices might change. These voices are not indicative of anyone you've met, just to be clear.
Okay, all right.
Just
all right, not ominous at all.
I want to make that really, really clear, because
otherwise
you're going to be like, oh, it's going to be this character. Like, it's not.
I was going to say, I appreciate that, because now I'll table my theories.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
I'm going to tell you right now, these are not people you have met yet. I'm just going to make that really clear.
Okay.
The tall one says, what do you think? Scale of 1 to 10. How would you rate them? And the middle one is perched like a gargoyle. It says, yeah, I mean, like a 7. I mean, it'd be tough. I'd have to go into overdrive at one point, but nah, not feeling it. That older one though, fascinating. Did you see that? And the third one speaks up. Yes, I did see. I did see, and I don't think they know. Interesting. I propose we stay back and watch. The others are going to do the same. No sense in being the earliest bird to get the worm when the worm isn't juicy yet. We'll bide our time. Report back to HQ. But this has been good secondment. What do you say we go and see how this plays out? This little civil war of theirs. And the first one says, oh, wouldn't mind seeing who comes out on top. I've been following rankings. In fact, everyone back home has. I've got my theories. Yeah. Let's see some blood spilled. And the 3 of them nod, and they dissipate. Nothing to worry about there.
Totally.
Fala.
Seems perfectly normal to me.
Let's go to you.
Yes.
Because I think it might be a short scene. As we last left you, you had done your investigation to the 2 bodies. I'd like to know what you want to do now. Because I'm going to say timeline-wise, if you wanted to come up, for example, from your area.
Yeah.
Muldoon and Endicott will be coming in, and Paint is resting at the bar. What would you like to do? Because obviously you have your own objective, your own thing to do, so you don't have to go where everyone else is. If you want to go off and find Dr. Good Doctor, I want to make it clear, you can go and do what you want.
I think Fala does want to go straight to Jericho and give him that information as best she can. But so last she knew, Endicott had left with Jericho, right? Or no, Endicott didn't go with Jericho.
No, Endicott's back in the bar. He's looking after Muldoon now. So as you come up, you see the door open, and Callista and Capri are outside, and a haggard Muldoon is being led in gently by Endicott. Paint is lying down on the chairs, sipping. He's got like a beer hat, but it's 2 paint cans.
Of course.
Yeah, of course.
He just has that on him.
He's a paint fractal. He can manifest them. They're also it's pink and blue paint with a little white hat in the middle to just represent trans rights. He's having a little sip. He's having a little sippy sip. And he's just vibing. And who else is in the bar? No, that's it. So it's those guys at the moment. As they
Is Nish still there?
No, Nish went with Jericho.
Oh right.
So yeah, they're all in there as you come up, Fala, if you want to, what you want to do.
I guess, yeah, Fala will go up to Jericho to Endicott, and just ask him, hey, do you have any idea where Jericho went? Because I need to find him sooner rather than later.
Oh, Fala, you're the... Yes, I think I have an idea. My assumption is he's gone to Babylon's super secret hideout, which is not that secret.
Where can I find it?
Oh, it's one moment. He gives you, he implants the directions into your mind with a spell, like a sat-nav. So mind to mind,
that's fucking weird.
You know where it is. Yeah, it rings your ears a little bit, makes you a little bit congested.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a little bit unusual, yes.
Yeah, that's gonna take getting used to, but thanks. Got it. And she'll just kind of no nonsense and just kind of nod to Muldoon, I guess, and towards Paint if he's coherent at all. And
he puts a thumbs up. I like, yep, I'd come, but Daddy's a little sleepy.
Yeah, hydrate or something, Paint.
Yep.
She just walks out.
Okay, bye. Okay. Now, if you're gonna do a straight journey, like you do have your time machine, and I believe it has the ability to travel spatially. I think we talked about.
Sure does.
So we agreed that it would be based on a door that you could manifest, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Did we talk about how that happens? Because it's been a while, so I'm just trying to remember how you do it.
Not like implementing it. We've basically discussed that like I have the door in like some sort of pocket dimension, and then we can. So
that door is currently in use in the cellar. So you would go back to the cellar then, and you would.
Yeah.
Okay. So when you go back in, it's wired in such a way that you can change the desktop, quote unquote. So you would have to do a little bit of cleaning up. So take a few minutes, which is fine because you're going to be going there instantly. So you put the bodies away into like little morgue stasis chambers. The Council of Spiders is obviously there if you want to talk to them as well, I should mention. And then you'll change the settings so it's more like your office. And once you have the coordinates, you can transport over. And I'll tell you where we are on the scene when you come back in. But do you want to talk to the Council before you go, or do you want to save that until you're done? It's up to you.
Let's save that for after.
Yep. Okay. Sure. Yep. So you go and do that, and your machine, it does a little TARDIS stuff.
Yes.
Which is terrible. It's a terrible image because I can't imitate it. Don't know why I tried to do that. It's bad audio.
I used to have it as a phone ringtone.
Oh, it's great. So yeah, you basically fade from view.
Nice.
Okay. Jericho. Jimmy. We are in the middle of a pretty dire situation. I'd like to know what you guys want to do. Obviously, it's a chance to re-roll, but you failed your last one, and you are currently pinned to the walls by Deimos.
Jimmy would like to try to break away from what is pinning him to the wall if he could.
Okay, that'll be an act under pressure instead of a tough, because there will be consequences if you fail. But that's fine. Also, sidebar, we need to talk. Just remind me very quickly, Jimmy, what augments you had put in. Because I need to know that real quick.
So the augment was, I had the left arm replaced.
Mm-hmm.
She permanently attached the bracer and made it where I didn't have to take it on and off.
Mm-hmm.
And she gave me, there's like a metal plate over the orbital socket,
mm-hmm.
the left side, over the left eye.
Mm-hmm. Okay, all right, that's fine. I just wanted to make sure I add that. If you can do me a favor, once we're in the middle of this, if you could just put that in the character info for me, please. Okay. I need to keep a bit of better track over everyone's augments and whatnot. Okay.
Right, I'm rolling act under pressure here.
All right, and Jericho, while he's doing that, what would you like to do?
Could I roll?
Oh,
Could I use
Jimmy.
telepathy to roll to manipulate Faye?
Oh, you can certainly try. Jimmy, how much? You're on full health right now, right?
I have 1 harm right now.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's probably for the best that you didn't have a lot of harm. So here's what happens. You try to resist, and he oh, this is gonna be really ugly. He snaps your left ankle. He applies pressure, and he senses that your upper body strength is bigger than your lower body strength. And so he focuses it on your bottom half, and he starts twisting the leg with the pressure he's putting on you, and you hear a horrible snap, and your ankle has gone. You're gonna take 2 harm on that, bud, and that's after your damage resistance, which you're very lucky because that would have been 4 harm otherwise. And Deimos, so Jericho, while you're rolling that, Deimos looks at you, and he's kind of amused, and he says, "Oh, big man, listen, I get you're strong. That's obvious from the last time you and I tussled, but we've been here before. I'm the one that gave you those little marks up there. This is a fractal hunt between fractals. You are not a main character. So I advise you sit back." And both of you feel a burning sensation. And the marks that you were given a couple sessions ago begin to burn. And when you are doing a kick-ass roll, until I say, you're going to have a -1 on those rolls. Jericho Branch, goddamn. Alright, so that's a 10 on the manipulate someone. So what are you trying to do here, Jericho?
I am trying to basically tap into Faye's kind of psyche, see if she's actually there. This is if she's doing this willingly or under some kind of mind control.
Okay. Well, on a 10, I have to tell you. So it's a bloody good thing I know the answer to that already. What a cliffhanger for all of a week. Tell me what you think, first and foremost. And if you're right, I'll give you an experience point.
What I think is she's either, if she's not being mind controlled, then she's being forced to participate in some form of duress.
Can you give me any more than that? When you say forced participant in duress, what are we talking about? Are you talking possession? Are you talking threatening?
For that one. I think more I feel like it's more threatening in sense oh, hey, that was comes. Hey, you help me hunt under fractals, or I'll kill your surrogate parents. How about that?
Okay. I'm gonna say you're half right, but there's something else going on. So you and I'll give you on a 10. Don't get me wrong, I'm not going to make you roll again. But the first thing you see is Faye running towards the building after Muldoon had been captured. And in her mind, she's thinking, have to kill. And she's not thinking that because she wants to, but it's panic. It's blind panic. And she's got a little kitchen knife. She doesn't understand what she's supposed to do. She's never fought anybody outside of being in that dark place. And when she thinks about that dark place, Jericho, there's a painful shock that goes through your head, and it's like a don't go any further. Now, I'm going to give you the opportunity to probe deeper if you want on a risk, but we'll come back to that in a minute, so keep that in mind.
All right. Cool.
She starts to run towards the building, and in her mind, you can see the conversation. She was told that Muldoon was going to be taken because he's unconscious in front of her, and this shadowy figure said, we are going to mark him, and if you don't do what we say, we will instantly kill him. Wherever he is, we can kill him. And they show it by displaying it on a bystander in the city. So she rounds a corner, Jericho, and she sees Chat 3. And the two of them have... in fact, let me just change this for a second for the tone. The two of them have an awkward exchange as Chat 3 is just... he's just chilling, and he says, "Oh, hello, are you part of the Nightmare Detectives? Are you... you look familiar." And she says, "Yeah, I know where they are. They're not here. If you just follow me, there's a different entrance. They use a little haven." And she's thinking, why am I doing this? Well, these aren't my words. Something is feeling off, and her body acts without her. And she takes Chat 3 down a side alley. And before he can react, she stabs this knife into his throat. And he's a fractal, so obviously he's able to defend himself, but there's a bit of degree of shock because she's a mundane. And then there's blackness. And when we come back, she has drowned him with water around her hands. And she steps back and is covered in blood and is terrified as someone puts a hand on her shoulder and says, "You did well. We'll take it from here." So if you want to dig deeper for the other stuff, Jericho, you'll have to roll for it, but...
Well, is that a roll late? Now be just a roll later, like if the turn cycle through? Or?
No, I think you need to make it now, because you are connected right now.
Yeah, let's go for it. Let's see how well this goes. Please go well.
I'm gonna say this is a... This would be a weird roll because it's telepathy, and you got a 10, so give me a +1 advantage on that. Okay.
Okay, fuck.
You are forcibly ejected from her mind. As a ringing in your ears and a face that you've never seen before rears out from the darkness, Jericho. And you look over at Faye, and on a 5, you just see her eyes are wide, tears running down her face, and she, for a moment, breaks through and is just mouthing the words, "I'm sorry." And then that face disappears and a different one comes out, and she begins putting pressure on her attack on Babylon and is drowning him while he's in his brimstone form.
During this, am I able to communicate back with her? Is this kind of just a?
I think you could send one on a 10. You could implant a message. I think you could implant a message to her mind before you're kicked out. I don't mind that. But because it's already kicked out now, I won't have a dialogue. So if you want to put a message in her mind, tell me what it is. And you don't have to put it in here. You can DM it to me if you want to make that a story be. That's up to you.
Ooh, cool. Yeah, I'll DM it to you.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Deimos, like, kind of giggles and just is, like, just sort of laughing at you as, like, as that happens. He's more amused. Like, it doesn't seem like he's really all that fussed about what's going on at the moment. As he watches you guys struggling. I don't think it's weird because I don't think he's going to do anything. I think he's just going to hold you there because there's nothing he really needs to do. So, Jimmy, I'm going to throw it to you if there's anything you want to do or say. I mean, obviously you can try and tough yourself out of this. I don't know if that's going to necessarily work.
Actually, is he holding us with, like, a channeled spell that could be interrupted?
You don't know. In fact, like, you know what? Like, give me a roll. I feel like I need you to roll for that because I'm trying to be a bit more severe with these as we're like late game.
What do you want, sharp on that?
I think that would be a sharp roll. No, I think,
Okay.
I mean, weird or sharp. I think probably one or the other. Like, no, this would be sharp for recall, because, like, this is what you'd know. Okay, 11. So it can't really be interrupted, Jimmy, because he's a fractal. This isn't a wizard casting a spell. This is, like, with fractals, they are the elite of the elite. They have complete mastery over the abilities they have. And what he's doing with his hands. He doesn't need a foci, very much like Jericho's Stormbringer. What you would know, though, Jimmy, is if you can get his hands down, then you can get away from it. But you would need to either go through a lot of pain to risk getting to a hand to drop it, or you would need to find a way of making him stop. But, like, that's the only way you can interrupt him. Very much like Jericho. When Jericho's in that form, the way of interrupting him is to stop him himself. You have to kind of get rid of the user. It's JoJo Bizarre Adventure rules, basically.
In that case, could Jimmy use the boon of the Spider Council?
Ooh. Okay. Remind me how you channeled it before. You used an incantation, right?
Yes, but the paper I had that on got wet, and I do not remember. I seriously did, and I do not remember what it was.
In-game?
It's in-game. Lucy will have that note somewhere, because Lucy would have made a note of it. Oh, that's a good note, by the way, Trevin. Thank you. Lucy, would you mind being our phenomenal historian and just quickly grabbing that? It will be in the.
I thought
it'll be in the second to last episode we did for What Secrets We Keep.
You know what's funny? I actually was thinking, oh well, did Jimmy not Chewy get the paper
good. That'd be so good. Oh my goodness.
Was it not just the spider's name?
No, there was an incantation, and I want to try and keep continuity if I can. If not, I will just say Jimmy said it, and then, you know. But if you can find it, it should be at the it should be at the end. If you search Muck or Maka Maka, I think it was. Was it Maka Maka?
That sounds familiar.
And then we can let that play out. Did I make you roll for that before, Chewy?
Found it.
Okay. Would you mind putting that in the character info for Chewy, please? Can you see if I made Chewy roll for it? Because I can't remember.
I do not believe I did. I'm pretty sure it was just a there was no roll, just a summon on it.
Okay. Yeah, because this is a dire situation. That's fine. I think I'll have you do a weird roll to determine how long Maka Maka is here for, which would be like the background mechanic, like a summons stamina bar. So if you just give me a straight weird roll. Oh wow, an 11. Okay. Yeah, all right, Jimmy. Yeah, you are struggling in that corner right now. If you want to give me that speech.
It's in the chat.
Thank you, Lucy. By the way. I, the Knight Jimmy III, do declare to protect and serve my 8-legged brethren. For Sturgeon is united under the one banner of monsters against the darkness. Come to my side, Maka Maka. Maka Maka.
He kind of looks at you and is like, now what in the hell are you? And there is an almighty rumble. And the wall that is holding you, that you are being held against, is broken. As Maka Maka breaks through it and knocks you to the ground. And she grabs you with her front legs and scoops you underneath her to keep you from being harmed. And Maka Maka is rearing up at Deimos, who is pushed off balance, which means Jericho, you are dropped to the ground.
That's my drop to the ground noise.
Can I roll a protect someone roll to get to try to, I guess, web sling Babylon branch to me.
You
Babylon stump to me.
You can try.
We are not related.
Sorry.
You can try, but I will say again, this is a fractal hunt, and when you're interfering in that, like, there's nothing to say that her technique can't just follow. Like, she's casting like a stream of water, but you could certainly try. However, before you do, Deimos is going to roll. And let's just see if he can actually do this before I say it. Because I know what he's going to do, but it's a matter of whether he's going to make it happen. Wow. Yeah, okay.
Oh, shit.
He takes a step back, and as Maka rears back and is like using the fangs, and he grins and says, "Oh, alright, we're doing summons, are we? Okay. Hold on one moment, I need to confer with my associate." He pulls up a wall, and it protects him and Faye. It is a hexagonal, invisible barrier. And when Maka clamps down on it, it refracts and pushes her back.
Okay. And is Babylon outside the barrier, or is he inside with Faye?
No, Faye has not stopped what she's doing this entire time. She is drowning him. So she is. If you position it wise, you are against the right wall. Jericho against the left wall. It's maybe 30 foot wide. He was in the middle, maybe 5 foot in front of Faye and Babylon.
Okay.
Jericho.
Okay, so after that exchange in kind of like the mental role playing, Jericho roll like a use magic roll to try and disrupt Faye's spell, like or the flow of water drowning Babylon.
Oh boy, okay? Huh. This brings up an interesting question, because would you expect someone else in the Fractal Hunt to be able to disrupt your Stormbringer ability?
To outright cancel it, anyone, and mostly no, but say like if she like was to like lose consciousness before during the channel of it.
Okay, I see what you're going for. That is extremely possible, but it's extremely risky. Because the only way you can do that is to shock her. And I don't think it takes a genius to figure out.
Babylon that way.
It could kill all of them, because water is conductive. And Deimos looks at you, and he has the biggest shit-eating grin on his face, because he knows that this is the worst possible person for you to face, Jericho. But that doesn't mean I'm saying no, because it's player agency. It's just there is risk, and if you don't get the roll, it's gonna go bad. Because, like, pound for pound, you are stronger than the Deluge, but you're only separated by 1 ranking, so it's not like there's a massive chasm right now. Tell me, make an argument for me as to how you would do this, and I will see how we can make this a little bit, like, see if we can meet in the middle.
If I could if I was able to make contact with Faye, could I almost like Joy Buzzer style, shock her to losing concentration?
Absolutely, but there is a barrier in your way.
Awesome. And another thing, theoretically, if Faye wasn't here anymore, would her spell still be channeling, like drowning Babylon?
No, because you can't conduct lightning in a place you don't exist, or place you aren't. Same way. Almost every fractal, you have to be around to do it. Like, unless we're going, which we haven't done, we're not going down that far down the JoJo rabbit hole. It's not a remote fractal. It's not like heart attack. It's not like Killer Queen. Oh no, Killer Queen's. Excuse me, ignore me. It's not like heart attack where it or a Notorious B.I.G. They aren't like tracker stands. They're not like able to work while the user is far away. This is coming out of her hands. She needs to be here for this. I don't, obviously the other thing is that you at present, you do not know how long you have. You don't even know if Babylon's dead or not. Like, you would guess that there'll be an announcement, but you don't know how long he's got to breathe.
Yeah. All right, got you. And just like kind of segueing off my last question, does that work both ways? So say like Babylon just isn't here anymore. Like he's not in phase of immediate vicinity. He does the spell break? Or does it continue? Of course.
Again, think of it like when you did your lightning, when you first awakened to the Stormbringer properly in floor 13, had someone gotten out of the way of that room and moved to another room, well, they wouldn't have been shocked. Because it's a spatial awareness thing. If you stab someone in a battle on a field, but they're transported through angel wings to a house, are they still stabbed? No. Unless you or your enemies find a weapon or a spell or an ability, like the mark you guys have, that is triggered remotely, to the best of your knowledge, whether that's Paint, Babylon, Faye, Deimos, and again, you don't really know a Deimos, but what you've seen so far would inform you that no one, to your knowledge at the moment, can attack when the person's not there.
Okay, cool.
And I'll give you that for free because you are a Fractal, and this is stuff that I think you would know.
Okay, cool. And okay, so with that being said, like we've gotten Babylon away from Faye and Deimos, right? Like he's not on the bear. Okay, no. He's still over there.
No,
gotcha.
you haven't had. What's happened since you went into this room was you got pinned to the wall. You managed to manipulate Faye to get into her mind, but you didn't stop her. She said, "I'm sorry," carried on doing it, and then Maka came in. You've been in there for about 2 minutes, but you haven't done anything because the moment you went into the room, you were pinned to the walls.
All right. Like Portal, like the game Portal style. Can I make a portal underneath Babylon that like he falls to, and then make another portal where he's like next to me?
Love that idea.
Doors, shadows, that shit.
If you have the spell ability, but I think that would be big. Would that be big magic? Let's have a look. I think that's big magic. Let me have a look.
There's a use magic for that says you can.
Oh, is it use magic?
It reads like, okay, you bar. Yeah, it's a use magic. You bar a place or portal to a specific person.
Oh no, you're right. Yeah, no, you're right. Yeah, that's a regular use magical. Then yes, if it's there, I'm not gonna say no.
Woo!
You are gonna have a -1 though. Don't forget, because you're a mark. Because this is still kick some ass.
So so you want me to roll?
No. But because what your intent is to harm. Actually, you know what? No, no, because
it's not an attack.
No, that's fair. But also on a 7 to 9, if it sort of does the same, doesn't matter. Does the same thing. Just do a regular weird roll. That's fine. You got a fair point now. 7. Okay. This works, but imperfectly. The effect and the glitch. So the effect is to utilize a portal. The glitch.
Yeah.
Alright, Jericho, I'm going to give you an option. Either you can do this, but you're going to take 1 harm. You can do this, but it's going to draw unwelcome attention. Yeah, one of those two.
I'll take 1 harm.
Okay. So you want to remove him from the barrier and have him come out beside you?
Basically on our side of the room. So either like behind me, the next side of me, or like just maybe behind Chewy and the giant spider.
Yeah, he's gonna come out behind you and he's gonna donkey punch you.
Bitch.
Yeah, he clocks you on the back of the skull, and says too slow, and hits you pretty fucking hard. And like even on 1 harm, it's gonna clock your what's the phrase? Clean your clock. There we go. You're seeing stars here, Jericho. But you've done it. You've removed him from the situation. At this moment, I'm gonna say, Fala. You have apparated in, and you are in. Your door is connected to Babylon's Fortress of Solitude. So you are in the room that the gang were in right before this one, where the breakfast nook is, where Babylon's secret training facility with the love doll of Jericho branch. You are in that room. You're basically your door has kind of came in next to the bathroom. And then there's a little area with beads, and it says Ballista's love chamber. But Ballista's pleasure chamber. Excuse me. But I would assume you don't go down there right now.
Not the bead.
Where the fuck? Yeah, we're gonna steer clear of that. And then, is there enough noise to kind of tell me where the?
Oh yeah, and there's also a strange like coming from the where the kitchen counter is.
Okay, yeah, we'll go investigate the noise.
Okay. That would be investigate mystery.
There it is.
11.
Nice. Worth the wait.
Yeah.
It is.
Worth the wait.
You get closer, and it's like, and then it gets you go across, and it is a second Jericho branch love doll. This one is tastefully nude. It's like
this
a
is fucking weird.
It's like a body pillow, but it's got like opposable arms. And it has a little sticky note. It says prototype arms made for hugging. Made for hugging and holding. Like there's a hat, like Jericho's hat is covering his crotch. And the reason that it's like making a noise is that it was knocked over, or it might have been hidden. And as you pick it back up, the tape stops, but it's now functioning. And on the on one of the nipples, there's another note that says "Property of Ballista, do not touch." But yeah, if you wanna push play on that, and you can, or you can save that.
You know.
For another time.
Please don't push play.
Let's do it.
Okay.
Oh, I can't help it.
You hear
I gotta know.
You hear like the sort of sounds that you would hear from like an amateur YouTuber, like the crack like that. It's like this is this is Ballista, and this is my experiment for a permanent boyfriend. Experiment number 632, Jericho branch. Testing example phrases. Hello, I'm Jericho Branch. I am a suave individual. I am a conscientious lover. And
the impression's not bad.
And I can use my shocking abilities in ways that you can't imagine.
Oh my god. Fala.
Jericho, what is your ideal first date? That's a good question. We would go for we'd go watch some anime. I'd show you the new Bungo Stray Dogs. Maybe get some buttered popcorn. It'd be very nice, very nice. Go for a walk. Maybe hold hands. I'm a gentleman on the first date, and maybe go back to yours and some Crunchyroll and chill. And it just goes on like this for quite a while. And like you hear like, oh, Jericho, would you take me to Mendoza land? And then like for some reason in perfect cadence you hear, no, absolutely not. Like just for some reason Ballista just deciding to cut herself. But it just goes on. It is and you look at the tape length, it is 3 hours.
Oh my god, yeah. Fala just pushes pause, and we'll leave the rest of that for later. And Fala just
on an 11, you're very lucky because the other hand has a taser in it. And it's like a pop-up one.
Oh my god.
And it literally says on the side, "Tase me harder, daddy."
Oh my god.
No.
So, yeah.
Tase me harder, daddy. Just follows,
Awkward.
just disturbed, and just daintily sets it down and walks away.
Hey, Jericho, how
And
you feeling
starts
right now?
heading-
How do you feel about that, Jericho? I mean, she got an 11. I had to give her the info, Jericho. You understand, right?
Yeah, you had to give her the info, yeah.
Tase me harder, daddy.
Personally, I think Fala should have took the boyfriend for a ride.
what?
No.
Oh my god.
Fala
Oh my
doesn't-
god.
Fala-
Oh my god.
Fala doesn't want to take a ride on Space Mountain. I believe, like, in Fala's timeline, Jericho would be 104, maybe?
Mm-hmm.
Like, even if
yeah.
Fala was, like, in, like, her age in this timeline, she'd still not be an age-appropriate partner for Jericho Branch. But,
Correct.
But, you know, the daddy line would work. Let's put it that way.
Okay.
Fala
And-
heads towards the
Okay,
commotion
okay.
noises.
Okay.
Never mind.
Endicott's sitting in the bar, just like, I hope they're having fun.
Just a single damaged
Hey,
tears
I
just
just-
rolling down Fala's face.
I just want to say that out of the two of us who could have found that, I'm really glad it was you and not me.
Why would you have taken out for a spin?
Probably.
That is not what I meant.
Oh, okay. I thought that's what you meant.
No.
alright, Okay.
I just meant Callista would have had a. She just would have not known what to do with that even more than Fala did.
She would have tased herself and discovered something.
Well, okay.
Anyway, I'm just enjoying making Jericho squirm. This is immensely satisfying for me. Immensely.
The impression was pretty good.
Thank you.
I was
Was
gonna
really good, yeah.
say, it was very good.
Remember, you are basically like the hot, like, smooth talker of our group, Jericho. So, you know, you can't really be brought down that far when everybody wants a piece of Jericho Branch.
Apparently.
Okay. So you're going down the hallway.
Yeah.
Okay. You see Nish, and she is bandaging up an arm against the wall. It's like on a little corner, and she says, "Oh, you touched the freaky fuck doll, huh?"
I didn't know when I touched it.
No, look, it's
Yeah.
fine. It's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jericho's always had problems like that, even when we were in class. Just I think
What?
that's kind of why he likes me, because I don't really. What do the kids say? Simp? I don't really simp for him. Like we have kind of a respectful relationship. It's I don't know that's it's kind of weird, but hey.
Well, yeah. I mean, the doll's a lot. And anyway,
Yeah.
wait, where did they go?
They're down there. Fala, you'll get fucking mauled, honey. Don't. I really wouldn't. I mean, look at me. I gave you guys a run for your money a few months ago, and now look at me. I can't even hold a candle to what's going on in there.
Oh, I wasn't there.
Oh, yeah, right. Of course she wasn't. Sorry, yeah. Hey, you were. They told you about Hotel Nurse, right? You've seen the records. You saw. Well, actually, she would have seen it because it was broadcast. So she would have seen the footage. wasn't
Yeah,
it?
I watched it at least.
Yeah. I mean, look at what happened. Like a few months ago, they were still strong, but now, Fowler, I'm kind of scared of them. I'm not gonna lie. What do you want to do when you go down there?
I didn't really have a plan. I just knew I had to get down there, but is there another way in or another?
You could roll for it, but I think that I think you'd have to have a look and see.
Would that be investigate a mystery?
It would, and I really kind of fucked that roll because I kind of like took advantage of it. But this time we'll do it traditionally. No more surprises for Jericho. Wow, Jesus!
Woo.
Another 11.
Damn.
Two
All right.
11s in a row?
It's because investigating mystery is sharp. And
No, that's
Yeah.
good. That's good. I mean,
Flebs and Fala are
Yeah.
our two sharpest
It's-
members.
Smarty pants.
it's nice for Fala to get some good rolls. There's a vent. There's a vent shaft above, and Fala's petite. She can get through.
Oh yeah, okay.
So you spy it, and the reason Nish didn't is why would you sort of look for that? The two of you can go through together, and because you got the 11, you'll be undetected, at least for one round of combat. But you're gonna have to decide what you want to do pretty quickly.
Okay. Yeah. Go
All
ahead and head up there.
Okay. You guys start crawling through, and we're gonna bounce back. Jimmy.
Yes, sir.
I can't believe I'm saying this. You are riding on the back of a great Brazilian red knee known as Maka Maka. Wait, no, was she a Brazilian red? No, she's a funnel web because she's a big mean bitch and I love her. So she's a big black funnel web spider. If you don't know what they are, Google them. They are the meanest tarantulas in existence. They're just very territorial. They live exclusively in Australia. They make funnel style webs underneath like wicker baskets. And shoes, and they, unlike a box spiders, they bite aggressively. They don't just bite defensively. So she's, but she likes you, obviously. But she's a mean mama. So this image would be the sort of thing that would be on a Renaissance painting, because we have, a guy with a Mega Man arm who's just been donkey punched in the back of the head by a guy who can control gravity, who looks like he stepped out of a steampunk convention, while someone else is drowning with water powers, a guy with a volcano head, and then there's a Sasquatch riding a giant spider. It's pretty.
He's not drowning anymore, is he?
Yeah, hasn't stopped.
He's still in the vicinity.
I thought the portal was for him.
No, that's for Deimos.
Ew.
Mm-hmm.
I misunderstood the plan.
No, it's okay. Well, this is
No,
happening
I think I just failed. I think they just came through a portal instead or something like that.
Yeah.
Oh.
Wait,
So,
no.
wait,
You said. Wait, no. Hold on. You said to me it was Deimos you wanted to get, wasn't it?
No, I was trying to separate Babylon from the others.
And put him behind Jericho to protect it.
Oh, I am so sorry. Then no, yeah. Then Jesus, ignore me. That I must be more tired than I thought. Yeah. You still get donkey punched. But you separate Babylon from Faye. He comes through, but Deimos gets through as well. He's incredibly fast. He donkey punches you and goes back through the portal before it disappears. And he's back in the barrier with Faye. Babylon is next to you. And I'm not going to say anything else until anyone rolls for it. But Jimmy, it's your turn.
I guess Jimmy would like to have Maka Maka. I don't know how strong the barrier is. It deflected her once, so for now, I'll just have him move Maka Maka in front of Jericho. And
I mean, you can use your kick some ass roll for Maka Maka and try, or you can simply move to protect, and then we can do that. That's up to you.
Yeah, I'll just move over and place her between the other two place her between the 4 fractals. Okay. And I'm gonna hope for the best here.
All right. Well, give me a tough roll, because we don't, obviously it's not D&D, so we don't have movement rolls and stuff at the moment. So give me a tough roll, and that's going to determine a background mechanic in terms of like Constitution. That's 10. So -1 damage to everyone if you are attacked. Maka Maka has positioned herself perfectly between you two. Okay, so that'll be Deimos then. I'm not gonna have. Actually, no, it would be Faye. Faye would roll. Yeah, she would. I can't avoid it. Don't worry. I'm sure this will go great. All right, let's see here.
Paige, before you roll.
Yes, sir.
I know I rolled to move her into position, but can Jimmy roll to protect someone before your roll?
Absolutely, yeah. Yeah, that's
I wanna roll to protect Babylon Stump, please.
Good choice. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that is exactly... See, you guys are learning. That's exactly the right time to do that as well. 12. Okay.
God damn.
Well done, Jimmy, which is very appropriate given the situation. So when you get a 10 plus, you get to choose an extra. So you are going to take any damage that is going to happen. So you either suffer little harm, so you get -1. All impending danger is now focused on you. You inflict harm on the enemy, or you hold the enemy back. What would you like?
I would like to hold the enemy back.
Hell yes. All
That's
right.
what I was hoping you'd say.
All right, all right. This is gonna... All right, hold on. The music needs to shift a little bit. If you give me just a moment. Really hope I don't get copyrighted for this. Deimos looks at her and he kneels down and whispers something in her ear. And she, her eyes begin to roll back into her head. And she's gripping at the sides of her head in, like, agony. And before I say what she does, let's see if she does it. Yeah. She screams, and her body is enveloped in the bluest, clearest water, which then turns a viscous black. The froth begins to rise, and she rips through the barrier, and she screams the word tidal. And it's followed by the words 10 foot. And sure enough, it's a 10-foot wall of aggressive, frothy, and what looks like obvious dangerous water. And it is focused heavily on like trying to get Babylon. It's trying to wash you all away. And man, the fact you rolled that protect someone roll, you perfectly hold her off. As it crashes down, Maka raises her abdomen and is shielding all of you from this horrific force of water. And Fala, you and Nish are still in the wall, so it doesn't hit you, but you feel it. You feel the power generated by that water.
Okay.
And this lasts for a couple minutes, and then the water dissipates and goes down. And Faye is now encased in a sphere of water as Deimos looks on. And it is his turn as well. 7. He is casting something with his hands, and he's using complex hand signals. And he starts to generate a black ball in his hands. And it is not done at this moment in time, but you can see it is generating. There's like black electricity permeating around it, and he stretches his legs out into a squat position. And it is beginning to feed off of Faye's sphere at the same time. Next up is going to be it's going to be Fala and oh no, it'd be Jericho, right?
Yeah, that makes
Yeah,
sense.
I think so.
Yeah. Don't worry, Callista, I haven't forgotten about you.
Okay.
Jericho, what do you want to do?
Can you describe what's happening once again for me?
Yeah, of course I can. The water's just come down, and it's scorched like the walls. Babylon is in front of you. He is face down. He's not moving. And you are being protected by the abdomen of Maka. Jimmy is above you. They have protected you from this wall. And in front of you, the barrier is still... There's a hole in the barrier now, but it's still there. Is Faye floating above the ground in a sphere of water. Think of like Sin from Final Fantasy X. And to her immediate left is Deimos channeling a ball of like what looks like black lightning, like scaling off of this ball of black and energy, like a gravity ball. That's what's going on.
Oh, okay. Then Jericho would like to roll to. But you said there's a hole in the barrier now.
Mm-hmm.
Can Faye, sorry, Jericho would like to roll to fire a shot at Deimos.
At Deimos, okay. All right. Now, when you say fire a shot, I need you to be clear on what we're doing here, because remember, if you're gonna do the arc blast, there's a cooldown on all your stats. If you do that and you want to do it, you won't get to do it again for 2 or 3 turns. Like, it's gonna drain you because like it's such an OP move. It's your second. It's basically your second gear, if you will. So, like, I'm happy for you to do it, but, you know,
it would be like just a magic bullet. I was actually gonna use one of the magic bullets that Callista gave Jericho.
Oh, okay. So you're firing from Branch's Vow.
Yes.
Okay. What are you aiming for on Deimos?
From the whole, can I see like his entire body?
You'd have to roll a sharp for that. I'll let you do it if you want to roll a sharp and tell me.
Oh, cool. Yes.
Okay. On an 8, half, maybe half his body, like the left half of his body is there, like his feet, his thigh, part of his abdomen, his face, like he's halfway through the hole, I would say. Not through the hole, sorry, but observable through the hole, I should say.
Then Jericho will go for a shot, like try to like a shot through like his shoulder, his hand, like whatever he can. Like,
okay.
What part of his body is actually like visible? I guess that's
his entire left half.
Okay, yeah, cool. Yeah, Jericho will go. We'll just go for a shot like directly, like just like say through Deimos' hand.
Okay. All right. And what effect are we doing on the magic, or is it just like obviously they are magic bullets? So.
Lightning missile.
Okay. All right. So stun. All right. Yeah. Go for it. Give me a roll. And that's to kick some ass, I believe, because you're using your gun.
Gotcha.
Nope.
Yeah.
On a 5. Okay. Jericho, you fire the bullet and it actually circumvents Deimos, flies around him, gets faster and faster, and then it goes into the ball of gravity that he is channeling. And his body is changing. Much like Babylon's, much like Paint's, he is moving into his I guess like his second gear. His feet are now starting to plant into the ground, and they are like the weight of them is crushing the floor, and his whole body is beginning to glow, and it looks like the obsidian pillar from a distance. His eyes are just becoming pure white, and his teeth are gritted and sharp. He is channeling that maneuver. So yeah, you've just learned that that's probably not going to work in the future. Right, one more before Callista, because I've got that little clock in the background. Fala.
Yes.
You and Nish are above right now. You can probably see through some of the grates what's going on. What do you want to do?
If Fala were to like kind of poke down and aim her gun out the hole at Deimos, would he be able to see her before she got the shot off?
That would depend on what you roll. You could, could. Nish could also give you an opening.
Oh yeah.
It's risky, but she could. Would you like Nish to try?
Yeah. Can we have her try?
She sees Jericho and looks at his bullet going around and disappears, and she sees that Jericho is... Would you say Jericho's, like, scared, or has he got a good poker face?
Definitely concerned.
Okay. She sees that, and she's not used to seeing the debonair Jericho branch concerned. She grips a hold of the bracelet and nods silently, and she pulls out her daggers. And on a 13, she jumps out. And Jericho, you see this incredible human being just pop out of the wall, like a they're coming out of the fucking walls moment. And she flies down and slices the backs of Deimos's legs. And she does 2 harm to him before she jumps out of the way. He does not budge, but she does the harm. Fala, you have an opportunity, and you're going to have a +2. Because that was a 13. Oh. Yeah, she got a 13.
Okay, so then we will roll to kick some ass with,
a 2.
Let's see. Yeah, I guess my heavy futuristic weapon is what I'll be
What is it?
It's a far-ranged... It has a stun feature, but we don't need to use that. It's just a long-ranged 3-harm weapon.
Okay. So this is going to be an energy blast, then.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's see.
We need to flesh out what that is specifically at some point.
And you
use sharp, right?
I do.
Okay.
Here we go.
10.
And we still only got a
Beautiful.
10, but that's fine.
Beautiful. And how much harm does that do?
3.
Okay.
Just to be clear, though, you rolled a 5, so...
That's insane.
Yeah.
I'm so proud of myself.
So, yeah, you are like because this is a big weapon. You're in a you are in a small environment. Like I'm not thinking it's a big gun. I'm sort of wondering if it's maybe something that you can throw down and then activate, because it's
I say sure.
So
yeah.
Maybe like nano machines or something that's got a small detection, large radius. Maybe you scatter them like jacks. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But for the moment, you scatter them down, and they're like micro bombs. And they go off in Deimos's face. And at the same time, the black light that you guys are familiar with arcs down, and Callista it jumps in the moment as these bombs are being dropped. And Callista, you're going to have a moment to think while this is happening.
Okay.
What would you want to do?
I'm trying to think about what would actually stop him from doing this. I think first of all, Deimos is feeding off of Faye's water sphere thing, right?
You don't know at this moment in time. It's something with the time that you got. You might be able to do a quick roll, and I can answer it for you when you've moved.
Right.
But yeah.
Okay, but she doesn't come down. She comes down in front of the barrier, though.
Yes. Well, no. She's inside the barrier. Callista's
She's inside the barrier. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I was gonna ask then: is she able to stand between Deimos and Faye, or?
You would probably need to get out of dodge very quickly. These bombs are about to be dropped. Like as these bombs are about to come down, Fala doesn't have the time to stop them being dropped as you're being brought in.
I see. Okay, I thought the bombs had already gone off when I came back. Okay.
I want these to happen concurrently.
Great. All right.
Add some tension.
The bombs would affect Faye or just Deimos. I'm trying to decide if I should utilize Never Again on Faye. I guess it's my
it's your call. You have the build.
I do. Well, yeah. I think I I think I will.
Okay.
Which I don't have to roll for that. I just do it.
Yep.
And I choose one of the extras as long as it's not suffer little harm, which is fine. And sorry, let me look at them again.
Yep, it's all right. So never again for listeners at home. It is
sorry.
a borrowed move from the wronged. In combat, you may choose to protect someone without rolling as if you had rolled a 10+, but you may not choose the option to suffer little harm.
Right.
So you will just take some of the harm.
Right. And I would like to choose oh shit. Should I inflict harm on him or hold him back? I think probably in this case, holding his attack back is probably smart. So I think I'll go with that one.
Okay. So you want to basically put yourself in between the bombs and Faye.
Yes, and hold back Damos's attack.
You can do both on that?
Well, that's the extra, isn't it?
Hold on.
I can choose an extra as long as it's not suffer
harm. I see. I think
so. It's like what Jimmy did.
His move isn't done. No, so his move isn't done yet. So you'd be holding back the bomb. So you would effectively not suffer any harm. It would count, technically speaking, which is kind of a bit of a loophole. But you essentially, okay. So if you were to hold it back, oh no, how about this? If you were to hold it back, the others are going to get caught by it because it's a different direction to where you're standing. He's pointing at them. You are standing in front of him, Faye, who is on his side. Does that make sense? So if you want to do that, that's fine. That means you and Faye are protected, but obviously...
Yeah, so, okay, so should I just not do an extra then? Because it seems like all of those are going to backfire on everybody else.
Well, it's not necessarily I mean, they might be alright, but I think, you know, on the roll, I think you have to choose something.
Inflicting harm on the enemy, in this case, is the enemy Fala? Like, just, she's the one who did the attack that I'm protecting from.
So the way I think about this is that you're basically doing the ultimate protect someone roll. You're apparating in. You're gonna grab. In my mind, you're gonna grab Faye, and either wrap your wings around or just duck to the ground or whatever. And the bombs will go off. They won't hurt you. Deimos will do his attack, and it won't hurt you and Faye.
Okay.
That's how I think it's gonna go down.
Okay, listen, that's fine with me.
Okay, all right.
As long as my main goal is it's just to protect her, but also to get her out of the way of Deimos so that he doesn't.
I think you'd be able to get her out of the barrier, like in the time that you've got. But like I said, the explosion will blind him and damage him a bit, and you will be able to get out of the way and move to the other corner. And then Chewy, you've got a move to make, and then it'll be Deimos's.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, these bombs go off, and they're like micro bombs, and there's a flash of light, and then a horrid boom, and it's contained within the barrier for the most part. And you guys see the black wings and the eldritch form of Callista, just almost forcibly tackling Faye to the ground with the water. So you know, Callista, you're going face first into a whole sense of water.
That's fine.
As Deimos is scarred and singed and burning, but is not stopping his maneuver, even on 3 more harm. And Chewy, it's your move.
So there's still just the one hole in the barrier, right?
Correct.
Okay. I want to take Maka and I want to stuff her in the hole.
Oh, she would not fit. She would not fit.
Okay, I want her. Okay.
She's a big girl.
I want her then to cover up the hole.
Okay. You want to plug up the hole?
Yeah, I want to plug up the hole so he can't get his magic out.
Act under pressure.
All right, here we go. Never mind.
Oh boy. Okay. I'm going to tell you what happens depending on how Deimos' maneuver goes. Let's see.
Okay, I'm fine.
Let's
I'm
see.
fine,
Yeah, let's see how this... Alright. He is not going to have any advantages. Oh, boy.
Oh, fuck.
Okay. Give me just a moment, gang. So, Jimmy, this is going to go very badly for you. Because you put yourself directly in harm's way at the same time, and there's no real way around this. From a 5 on your part to a 10 on mine. Deimos grits his teeth, and he's bleeding.
That's fine.
He smiles and says, all right. I guess we're having a little sample of what's to come. That's just fine by me. I guess I can show you what I've been working on. And, this building is beginning to shake and shudder. Maka Maka has run forward at your behest and has plugged up the hole. Jericho, make a sharp roll for me real quick. And in fact, actually, no, you know what? I'd like everybody to make a sharp roll that isn't Callista. Oh, Jericho. Okay.
What is happening?
I do not know. We're broken.
Y'all aren't adding or subtracting to your rolls, right?
No,
No, it was just a straight roll.
That's a straight roll.
God damn.
I need, Fala, I need you to make one as well.
Okay.
Fala's good at sharp.
Yes, here we go. Fingers crossed.
Okay.
Oh, thank God.
So
Yes.
Fala and
Yeah, you
Nish...
take our rolls and get all as
I
well.
don't think I can fail a straight sharp roll, actually. I don't know that I can anymore.
Don't say that.
I mean, bet. Yeah, knock on wood.
So, Fala and Nish are fine. Well, your roll, Jericho's for 2 things, technically speaking, so that's fine. But, you were basically, looking at Babylon for a moment, but it was also about if you could get away from this, and the answer is no. You, for the first time in a long time, Jericho, are acutely aware of a gulf in power between you and someone else. And you remember the rankings, and he's 1 above you. And that gap feels extremely vast right now. And the last words you hear before unconsciousness comes to you is dark matter strike. And this ball is shot at the hole. Oh, jeez. Maka Maka is torn to pieces in what I can really only describe as one of the most gruesome ways to go, because there's a thing called Delta P in the ocean where divers make a hole at immense pressure and they're effectively sucked out through the hole through their guts. That's what happens to Maka Maka, unfortunately. She is torn to pieces, and her entrails, her body, it just explodes. And this ball keeps going. And it arcs up, and you see that Deimos' hands are now blackened and ripped, and there's bone, and he is smiling as he arcs it up, and the building breaks. And then the last thing you will see is the hand being brought down, and that ball drops. And you are all sent into unconsciousness. So that was a lot, to put it mildly. I'm gonna say Kalista. I think it really should be you who is coming around first. if you want to give me a sharp roll.
Sick.
Holy shit. Okay, 11. The first thing you notice is the pale moonlight shining on you. And for a minute, Callista, you look up and you think an eye is staring back at you. And you blink, and it blinks. And you blink again, and Capri is floating over you. And he is, he is, like, darting around looking at your injuries. Like, he is very flustered. And he just keeps saying, oh no, oh no, oh no. Before you can reply to him while you're sort of coming around and you're bringing in your ears, you look across and you see that this building has been completely destroyed. You don't know how long you've been out for, probably just a few minutes, maybe half an hour at most. You don't really know. Jericho, Babylon, and Jimmy are all in a heap. I'm going to say, Jericho, you probably are on top of Babylon, like shielding him. Your duster is completely like it's been torn in the back. Jimmy, you are in the wall. You have made a hole in the wall and you're sort of lying through it. And as you look round, you see that Maka Maka has been nailed to the adjacent wall. And in her blood, Deimos has drawn an image of an anglerfish.
Okay. Do I see Fala and Nish?
Yes, they are to your right on the far corner. Fala's still out cold. Nish is bandaging up some of Fala's wounds. But they seem to be okay.
Okay. Yeah, Callista slowly tries to sit up, kind of like assessing her own injuries, like, and if it, you know, if she's able to do that. And then, like, looks up at Capri and says, I'm all right. I'm all right, I think. Where's Faye?
Capri kind of, like, lowers his sphere, his head, like, a little bit, and he turns to the right, to the opening left in the wall, and you see she is standing in the clearing talking to someone who is holding a piece of paper out to her, like a poster.
Okay. Yeah, Callista kind of, like, Callista, like, curses under her breath and sits up a little more, and she keeps an eye on them. Is this, can I see her through, like, an opening, or is this, like, are they able to see me too?
You are looking, so if you imagine to the right of you, so you're in one corner, the far back left corner. To your right, in the far right corner, is Fala and Nish. Nish has not seen she's dealing with Fala, who's out. To the corner to them, so the one directly opposite you and diagonally, is where the others are. This corner is directly in front of you, like if you imagine it perpendicular. And the wall, the hole in the wall is on that wall, so you can't really see who is standing by that hole in the wall. Does that make sense?
I think so. So I could see Faye talking to someone, but not who she's talking to.
Correct. Which
probably means they can't see me either, I'm assuming.
You would assume. On an 11, you would assume so.
Okay. Can I, kind of... First of all, how... Okay, wait. Real quick. Am I injured? Like, can I move?
You are definitely not injured. I think that's fair because you got the roll.
Okay.
I think it would be unfair of me to... Maybe you've got, like, one harm, you know what? Like, just, like, one harm. Like, you've definitely for the effect. But no, you're not injured. Because I think that would... If I start fucking with the rolls for the story, that's not really very fair on you guys. No.
Okay, no, that's fine. I just wanted to make sure that I could...
No, I understand.
I could actually...
Yeah, no, you can. You're
somewhere.
just shell-shocked.
Right.
It was power that, you know, I think you're the only one that is not going to have the maybe, I don't want to speak for everybody, like, you're not going to have the level of psychological effects because you sort of are already a little bit aware of the power depth of this world and what's beyond it. But it's still very uncomfortable to you that there's something that powerful walking around. And all of the group, you're going to have to eventually talk about and deal with the fact that you are realizing you're small fish in a big pond. Despite how strong you've gotten, the skills you have, the things you've acquired, there are gulfs to this.
Yeah.
And Capri, before you do anything, Capri nudges you and says, I know this may be a bad time, but the rankings have been updated. Would you like to see?
Callista glances over to where Jericho and Babylon are, and then looks over at Capri and nods once.
Babylon uncomfortably, you see, he sort of waits a minute before he generates the new set of rankings. It's just 5.
Oh.
It's now been changed to top 5 and unranked with an asterisk that says MIA or eliminated.
Oh.
And in the unranked section are now the Nightmare Catcher, the Umbral Weaver, Chatri, who would have been, I believe we called him the Squall, the Godweight, the Stain for Pain, and Babylon Stump. The top 5 is now the first Fractal. Time has also been put in unranked as well. Excuse me, the Beautiful Cadence. MIA is marked as. The first Fractal, Death, Life, Space, and the Stormbringer, Jericho Branch.
So Earth and water aren't there anymore?
No, they're in unranked. They've been marked into the unranked section. And there is a note next to... So, a few of them have some different notes on there, and the rankings say in flux next to it. So it could very easily change, but it seems that some things have been going on in the background while this has been happening. And obviously you don't really know enough about how this is sort of done at the moment to sort of figure out how, you know, why this is happening. But the upheaval is marked as MIA. You know that time, like Victor is going off to take on the Umbral Weaver, and they are in battle. It's marked as like battle commencing, but they're on. But the Umbral Weaver is unranked, so you know that Faye is right there. You know Paint is recovering. You know Babylon is out of action. Earth is marked as MIA.
Okay. Yeah, Callista takes a minute to look over the rankings.
So to repeat that back again, just make sure it's clear.
Yeah.
Top 5. Number 1, the first Fractal. Number 2, Death, the inevitable destruction. Number 3, Life, the vitality. Number 4 is Space, the endless expanse. Number 5 is the Stormbringer. Everyone else has now been shifted to unranked or MIA. And the ones marked with MIA at present are Time the Beautiful Cadence, Dreams the Nightmare Catcher, Shadows the Umbral Weaver, Luck, Prosperity, and Earth the Upheaval. Babylon is not marked for any of them. Oh, and Pain is marked as out of action.
Oh, okay. Callista moves forward to where. So, I'm so sorry. My imagination is terrible. Where Faye is standing outside of the building, where the other person is partially hidden.
How close are you getting?
Not close. Like, I think she's very carefully trying to stay so that the other person's hidden, but mostly so that they can't see her. So she's not getting too close, but she wants to get within earshot so she can try to hear what they're talking about.
Okay, I think that'd be an act under pressure roll, do you think? Is that fair?
Yeah.
Okay.
I can do that. Sorry, one sec. There it is. Oh, fuck.
That's okay. Okay, so,
I knew that was gonna happen.
So 5. You try to get further. You are held back by a wall of water. Doesn't hurt you.
Like. Okay.
But it is a wall of water. It is you try to go through it, and you realize very quickly that the force that you need to generate, you drown before you got through it. Like you would straight up drown.
So it appears as I'm doing that.
Yep, it's a wall of water. As you walk forward and you get too close, comes up. And Faye says, "Don't. Just don't. You can't help me. I have to do this. I have to go with them."
Is this, is she speaking to me, like, in my head, or just, like, out, like, can she hear me if I respond to her?
She's speaking out loud to you.
Okay. Faye, you don't have to go with them. We can find another way. Please give us a chance.
I don't know what's real and what's not anymore, Kalista. I always knew something was different. I had those visions and I saw things. And that guy, he says he's my twin? I don't know if he's trying to fuck with me, fuck with you, but I keep hearing this voice in my head. And it tells me to do things and I can't stop it. But this person, they said they can help me. I just need to go with them. And if I don't, I'm worried I'll kill you and Uncle Muldoon. And I have to. I'm sorry.
Faye, listen to me. Out of everyone you know, don't you think that I know something about trying to control something inside you that you don't really understand? I know we haven't helped you as much as we should have. If I had known about your origins before, I'm sure this wouldn't be happening now, but Faye, your family needs you. Your uncle needs you, and we can help you if you just let us try. But you know us better than you know them. And All we want to do is protect you.
Give me a manipulate hunter roll. See how you do.
Okay. Oh, my charm's not very good, but at least it's not in the negatives anymore.
Well, there you go.
Manipulate hunters.
It's the same. Yeah, it is, but it's the same outcome, same stats.
Oh, so I could just do. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh my god.
9. She looks at you and hesitates.
Highest charm roll ever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She hesitates and there's a hand that's sort of put on her shoulder and she looks back. It's not forceful. She looks back and she bristles and says, Kalista, I still have to go. But when you're ready, and if you think you can, come to the Dusklight Circus before sunrise. If you wait any longer than that, they're gonna take the powers from me. Because they promised that you and Uncle Muldoon would be safe.
But what about you, Faye? Your safety matters to us.
Give me a shot roll. Okay. On a 9, yeah, this time you see it. She shakes her head and these tears run down. She says, "It's not my safety I'm worried about. Not when I have this in my head." And she, it looks like she's been tensing for a long time, and she lets go. And, her body convulses for a moment. And when she regains composure, it's like there's a completely different person in front of you. And very debonair, very full of themselves, with a pretty stark glare at you, and she waves her hand and kind of pushes back her hair, like slicks it back, almost like an anime character, kind of like leaning back, and says, "Hold on. No, this isn't right. Give me a second." And she taps both sides of her head, and 2 black horns form out and curl behind her head as her skin starts to glow a red hue, and her eyes go yellow. And she turns to you and says, "Oh, that's better. Now the body has gone to sleep for a little bit. It's so nice to meet you properly, Callista. I'm Ballista."
Oh, fuck.
"But you might know me by another name. Libidine. Lust." And she holds out the hand, and the individual who's holding her shoulder takes it. And they walk out of sight.
Okay. Do they just walk like past where Callista could see outside of the building, or they just like disappear?
You can go and have a look. You can try.
Okay, yeah, I was gonna say Callista might try to. I don't really know what her plan is. I don't think she does either, but she will kind of move toward the hole in the wall and try to like just step out and see if she could still see them.
Okay, give me one more shot roll.
Dear God.
9. 3 9s, goddamn. You see, before everything goes back to a normal night sky, a large umbral door slowly closing and disappearing into the shadows.
Okay. Great. Yeah, Kalista takes a deep breath and closes her eyes and tries to I think she's trying to calm down the eldritch energy inside her, because for a second I think she would feel kind of a wave of it coming up.
Yeah. Give me a tough roll. Let's see how you hold on to that.
Yeah. I think she feels upset, and also like she feels like she failed. I think she let like quote unquote let, but let Faye go with it.
Well, yeah, she's gonna have to go back. 11. You managed to hold it together. You are beginning to really feel that feeling bubble up in you, and it is consuming you, and you can hear that growling. And as you get more aggressive with it, Capri bops you on the head. And he says, "This is not a time to be mad, Callista. You may have one person that you love who is not here, but we are. And until we're gone, you must stay in control. And if you feel you can't, I will be there." And he produces the Umbreon plushie. And he is like pushing it in your face and saying, "If you need to be calm, I will provide that for you. But when you are sad, it makes me sad."
Callista kind of, I think at first she like kind of glares at him because the energy is still like, kind of like she could still hear it and feel it kind of near the surface. But as he's speaking, her expression softens again, and she kind of like snatches the plushie from him and says, "You're right. I made a promise to him. I don't know if she's safe anymore. How am I supposed to keep her safe if she's not here?"
Oh, he tilts his head and says, "There are already people that are not here you are keeping safe. You just cannot remember them. But that does not mean they're not safe."
Oh.
He pauses for a moment and says, "When you are ready, the flash drive will be here. Should things get dire, I will play it. For now, hug the plushie and I will go and check on the others. And before he goes, he turns back, and his eye, the little visor, arcs up like a happy eye when it's squinting and says, "We love you, Callista. Remember that."
Callista is quiet for a minute, like she doesn't really know how to respond to that at first, but right before he leaves, she clears her throat and she says, Capri, if they need healing, please let me know.
Naturally. You are the glue that holds them together. Otherwise they would break. Helping hands, Kalista. And he floats off. Jimmy.
Yes, sir.
Let's just have everyone roll a sharp roll, and then we can kind of figure out the scenes from there. You are going to be feeling some pain, my friend.
Jericho and Jimmy are
what
really
are these
on the
rolls
same
today?
page today.
I don't know. You tell me, bro.
What's going on here?
You guys are like just in sync.
Yeah, it's beautiful. All right, both of you get 7s. All right. So Jimmy, you're in the wall right now, bud. And I want you to pick one injury, aside from your ankle, which is fucked, by the way. You haven't put any weight on it yet, and when you get out that hole, it's gonna hurt. I'm gonna say that your left arm has been crushed. You cool with that?
Yes.
It's replaceable anyway, obviously, but like it is crushed. It is not usable right now. Your eye is fine. Like you've got some, you still have some, vision in it, but it's painful. You know when you wake up you lost. You know that without having to even check everything around you. And I want to know how Jimmy's feeling in that moment.
Jimmy has this feeling. Not rage at this point. Anger, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
It's just because Jimmy doesn't like to lose.
Mm-hmm.
And he or we all lost a fight here that may or may not have been winnable.
Mm-hmm.
But we still lost. And to Jimmy, that gives him a sinking feeling, like that feeling you get like when you're about to get bad news.
Yes, it's a terrible sickness in your stomach. Yeah.
That's what he has right now.
Okay. Capri's gonna float over to you first and say, Mr. Jimmy, you appear to have injuries. Is there anything I can do for you?
Not right now, little buddy. Why don't you go check on the others first, and you can come back to me in a bit.
Very well. If you require information, you need only ask. You are very fuzzy.
Thank you, buddy. You're very cute.
He darts off. Okay, we'll come back to you. Jericho.
Yes.
You got a 7. Your arm is fine. I'm gonna say a couple of your fingers are broken. From where you were shielding Babylon and getting your hand down in time. They're blue, and it fucking sucks. And you've dislocated your right shoulder. It's not through the bone. No, the bone's not through the skin or anything, but you can feel the pressure from when the move hit, and it has fucked you up. So, Jimmy, I'm gonna say, how much harm do you have right now?
3.
Okay, you take 1 more harm. Actually, no, because you've leveled up, right? No, ignore me. Sorry, I can be harsh with you. You take the full 3 harm because you've got 10, so you're fine. So you take the full 3. Jericho, how much harm did you have prior to this? None or 1?
I had 1 from
Okay.
2.
All right.
I have 2 in total.
You're gonna take 2 more. You both were hit pretty hard. As Capri comes down and says, Shockmaster, magic user.
What was the first one?
Shockmaster? I was programmed to call you that.
I don't. You know what? That's fine for right now. That is perfectly fine.
Would you prefer a new name? The old one was magic user.
Not right now. Not right now.
The third option was Capri. Stop repeating everything I say. Are you well?
No, but him, and he motions towards Babylon. Can you do anything for him?
Scanning. I hope I have a Capri character sheet. I don't think I do. No. Okay, hold on. Let me let me make one real quick. I forgot that Capri might have to do a.
Capri has to participate.
He does, but he is not having an actual stat sheet. I refuse. Hold on. Thankfully, it's very quick to do. Okay, let's do that, and that will be his stats. Perfect. Okay, I'm just gonna do a. He'll just do a straight sharp roll. Okay.
Okay, Capri, good job.
Scans indicate several injuries, comorbidities, subdermal hematoma, swelling in the brain, oxygen deprived, heart rate low, breaths per minute low, right knee shattered, ACL MCL tear, left arm broken. And he turns to you and says, he is dying.
Okay. I can work with dying as long as he's not dead, I guess. And his fractal?
Intact.
You know what I'm gonna do? No, Deimos doesn't have it, so I'm taking that as an absolute win today. I know I'm in the shit today, but could I, in this position, could I roll use magic to heal him, like make sure he just doesn't die this moment?
Sure. I mean, I would also recommend you maybe move him, put him somewhere where the others can see him. But yeah, I mean, well, I say move him. You might not want to lift him up, but yeah, I mean, you could definitely try. Yeah.
Oh, could I move him my current state?
You mean? No, probably not. You know what? No, probably not. I mean, you could use magic to bubble him, but okay,
Never
6. You try. Your shoulder pain is far too much, and your fingers, the 2 broken fingers, you're probably gonna have to fix your injury first. You just are not able to do it. You can turn him over, and he is breathing very shallow breaths. He does not look good.
All right. Then without magic, I'll do that. I'll do what I can for him basically, and just I guess I'll yell for Jimmy, see if he's alive inside the wall.
Jimmy's coming around. Jimmy will be sitting up at this point because he's just talked to Capri. Okay, you do that. Let's go to Fala. So we need to close out this scene in a few minutes. Fala.
Yes.
Yes. You are coming around, and Nish has just finished bandaging your wounds. You took, you would have gone out of the way of the most of it, but you still would have taken like 2 harm because it's a shockwave sort of situation. So you're pretty rattled, maybe a concussion, but yeah. What do you want to do?
Let's see. So that puts me at 6 harm total, and then how much did I get healed for?
You got healed for probably 3 harm.
Okay, so at least not unstable anymore.
No.
That's fine.
No. Nish would have dressed your wounds.
Let's see. Can Fala doesn't really have any healing moves to help with that either. I guess Fala will just kind of move to come and help Jericho how she can.
Okay.
I can't really heal, but I can at least try to help him out.
So you just want to do a roll to
maybe-
help out then?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, let's do that.
All right, and then we
I
can
guess
save it.
my one recommendation is while he's incapacitated, Jericho can still remove fractals without hurting him, right?
I don't know, because Jericho has a dislocated shoulder, broken fingers, he's rattled, and Babylon is on death's door. I would say there is a risk that it could kill him.
Okay, then never mind. We won't
it's something that you'd need to look further into.
Yeah.
I wouldn't recommend doing it at this moment until you've exhausted every option.
Okay. Then yeah, we'll just go and help Jericho.
And it'd be wrong of me. I realize that might be too much information, but I think it's wrong if I don't say that. And I'm like, oh, I don't want to, trap you guys.
Yeah, give it a try.
Yeah.
No, that's fair.
Okay. All right. Well, let's go back to Callista then. Just top of the order in terms of what do you want to do.
Mm-hmm.
Unless anyone knows what they want to do first, I think, otherwise, by all means, go ahead.
Not Jericho, no.
Well, Callista, when Capri leaves her, is just kind of standing alone outside. She has to take, I think she has to take a few minutes to calm herself down. But then she, I think she realizes, like, once the wave of energy, eldritch energy passes, she thinks more logically, and she's like, well, it's better to do something than nothing, and the sooner they all recuperate, the sooner they can keep going. And she also is obviously worried for everybody else because she doesn't know their current state. So she does go inside. And I'm trying to think about who she would.
I don't want to give you. I will say to you guys, there are a lot of options open to you in terms of if you think laterally about who people you could call, people you could talk to. There are a lot of things you could potentially do. And just for time, we've got 10, 15 minutes. So I have a good.
Okay.
No, is that right, Jericho?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay, 15. Right, perfect. So I'm just keeping an eye. This is perfect then. But yeah, you have options available. I think I really want you guys to think about, because this is a pretty pivotal moment on how you decide to handle this. And it is going to change we're only 3 chapters deep, and there's a lot to do. And there are going to be many moments, I told you before we started, that will change the direction of this arc. This is one of them.
Oh god. Okay. So no pressure then.
There is no wrong choice. I mean, a choice you made killed Maka Maka, and you're going to need to talk to the Council of the Spiders. But there's no wrong choice. There's just a choice. I think that's important to note. So yeah, we've got 15 minutes. Let's see what we can do.
Okay. Well, I think assessing the scene, I think Caprice. I just tried to combine Capri and Callista's names. That was. I think Callista sees Capri and Fala over with Jericho and Babylon. So I think she would go over to Jimmy and try to see if she can get him out of the wall without hurting him even more. Which would that also be a help out roll?
So you want to try to get him out of the wall?
I want to try to get him to a better situation than where he is at the moment. Yes.
Yeah. I mean, I'd say like a roll to help. Well, roll to help out can be a lot of things, though, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Let me look the definition up real quick. Hold on. Let me. I just want to make sure I'm doing this right. So a role to help out is normally to assist someone else's role. Yeah. No.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
I would say it's just.
Then it is.
It's. You could either say it's a. You could. Let me think. So I'm just thinking. Would this be act under pressure? Would this be?
That's the only one I like. Maybe, yeah. It's not necessarily pressure, but it's also the only one I can
Yeah.
protect someone. Like, it's not really.
It's not
it
really.
It could also
no.
be a tough role.
Tough is
Yeah.
So tough is. Yeah. I think. Let's. Yeah, because cool is like your how calm and collected you are. Tough. The reason I made you roll tough for yours is that it's down to your ability to hold all that back. No,
yeah, right. Like physically.
Yeah, let's do a tough roll then. Yeah, fuck it.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna level up.
It's all right. How did so were you trying to lift him out of the wall?
Yeah, just trying to. Now it's gonna backfire. I just try to get him to the ground without, like, in the same way that Jericho moved Babylon to get him in a safer place. It's like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, I think
work.
I think you walk towards him and then you see Babylon, and something in you just shifts and you are reminded of some red-headed woman. And it just immediately stops you in your tracks, and you don't know why it bothers you, but it does, and you aren't able to take another step forward.
Okay.
Chewy.
Yes.
If you don't have anything you want to do right now, that is fine, but I just want to ask as we go through the order before we move the scene along.
There's nothing right now. It's maybe, once we get things situated here, but not right now.
All right. Jericho, Nish is coming over to you, and she looks very forlorn at the situation. What do you want to do?
Yeah. She's coming to talk. I'll talk to her. Right now.
I don't think she's got
right
words.
now.
I think she's looking at Babylon and you, and I think it's just concern. You know?
Okay. Then I'll initiate with her. I won't lie to you, that didn't go anywhere near how I planned it. Or how I could have thought it would. I thought for some reason I thought, oh, okay, this will be the moment. If he's here, I could corner Deimos, I could heal Deimos, I could get Otto's Fractal back, have something for Kruger whenever I find him again.
Not everything's gonna go to plan, Jericho. This isn't the Hotel Inertia. It's not always... You're not always gonna be the protagonist. You had such great success then. But everybody has to fail. It's how we know we're human. And you can either sit there and wallow in it, or you can help your friend lying on the floor, who desperately wants you to see him as a rival.
It's funny how so many people think it's about being the guy in the spotlight, the protagonist. But I came here today not for me. I came I knew I'd eventually have to go to Deimos, but it was mostly for Otto. When I heard Babylon was being hunted, I didn't go after him. The thought that, oh, Jericho Branch troops in slaves today. No, it's because you know what? Even though he annoys the absolute fuck out of me, he is my friend, and I wanted to get him away out. I wanted to get him away out of this, and then he took it.
Jericho, you feel a hand pulling on your shirt, and it's Babylon. And he opens one eye, and he says, "The fact you came means you do care, Jericho Branch. And I, the great Babylon Stump, have a request."
Whatever it is.
And all of you are gathering around now as he holds your shirt and says, "Get back, my friend, and take what you need from me. But Babylon Stump is not dying here, because one day I will surpass you, Jericho Branch." And he goes unconscious again. And Capri comes down to your level and says, "Despite his words, he is dying, Jericho. You must make a decision."
Our character. My choice in the matter is exactly what here?
So you can take the risk and take his powers. Actually, let me explain this to Capri. Actually, probably easier in game. Because of his injuries, taking his fractal powers could overload his internal system and do exactly what the other fractal does: leave him a husk. However, there is a chance you may take his abilities and leave him alive. But he will not be a fractal anymore. He will be ordinary.
So my choices are the only choice is to take his fractal and see if he either kills him or doesn't.
You could not take it and call in you could call Endicott, you can call in a favor and just see if they'll get there in time to save him, but he will keep his powers. And you can, just leave that off the table, I suppose. But also, the longer you leave it, the more at risk you're putting yourselves and everyone else. The fractal hunt doesn't stop. And there is a background clock I am running. And I'm never going to tell you what's going on, but you don't know if at the end of this session, or in the next session, or in an hour later in game, someone will attack you. And I should stress, you can die at any time in this.
TJ?
Mm-hmm.
Can I help with what's it called? From me to you? Could I stabilize Babylon enough that it wouldn't kill him if Jericho took his powers?
I don't know if you'd be able to do both. Let me think about this. For the sake of time, you are exposed as well. You need to get somewhere you can heal. Because if any of them come after you, you're kind of fucked.
You're cutting out. Sorry, what did you say?
You need to also at the same time get somewhere you're going to be able to be safe. Because if they come after you while you're exposed, they can fucking kill you, basically. From me to you, this is going to be the last roll we do for the session. Your body radiates with necrotic magic, preventing you from passing on to the afterlife. At any time, you may transfer your life force into the living, healing another person for as many harm as you take.
Yeah. I'm low on harm right now. So.
Yeah, but he's so this would kill you. This would take you out of the game. He's maxed out on harm. He's 7 out of 7.
Well, do I have to take all of it? Like, can I just stabilize him enough that Jericho?
I mean, I'm not metagaming it. It's your call. However much you take, it's up. That's up to you. The risk goes down. So if he's stabilized, sure. I think it's up to you.
Yeah. Like I wouldn't want to take all of it because I don't want to be taken out again.
Okay.
But if I bring him down to a stable level, like I could just go heal somewhere. Like I feel like I have a better option to go heal somewhere else, and he doesn't really.
All right.
So
how much harm are you gonna take?
How much? Well, so I'd have to take 4 for him to be stable, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is that how it works?
Mm-hmm. That's gonna put you in a bad state, but yeah, you're unstable. It won't totally mitigate the risk, but like I said, you can do it.
Yeah, but it would like bring it down a lot, right?
It would. It definitely would. Or you can take all of it and be out of play for a bit again.
I don't want to be out of play. Yeah, I think I'll just take enough to stabilize
I will
him.
say, for the sake of time as well, that like you have, there are other people you can call. You can call upon Endicott. You can call upon your allies.
Can you call Gary?
Yeah, but isn't it? Well, he can't. I don't want to put it. But like, isn't the risk there like him dying before they get here? Isn't that the?
I would say that's at least, there's at least time for like before Jericho makes his decision. I would say everyone in that room has time to make to do a roll because I think that's only fair. But it's again like if you want to simplify it and do from me to you, that's fine. And then just take as much as you want.
Okay. All right. How about maybe does someone else want to try to go Endicott and then last resort scenario I can
we got
do
5
my
minutes. That's what we've got. 5 minutes.
I was gonna say that's actually gonna be all I was gonna do is just call it the god.
Okay. I'll let someone else do that, and we'll see. If nothing else, I could do that because I feel like I could just go back to the spaces in between and heal for a bit.
The thing is we can have Endicott here soonish. I mean, technically, all we need is a door to open up to the spaces in between.
Yeah, you just need to be able to reach
that's true. Okay, well. Someone do that.
The time machine.
I won't waste my roll. I'll keep mine just in case we need it.
So you wanna Fala, sorry, you wanna use your machine?
If that'll get and caught here, and it'll be like less time has happened. Or my other option was a historian roll to get more information. And I just don't know which would be more helpful.
Okay, let me very quickly look up. I'm just trying to remember the mechanics of your machine.
Yeah.
Because like they have certain things about them. I just want to give you all the options before you make a decision. It's a big decision.
Do you want me to share it?
No, I got it. Nope, I got it. It's all good. Okay. It's all good. Just conscious of the time.
Yeah, we're trying to strategize this to not kill Babylon, preferably.
Okay, yeah, so you got the it's bigger on the inside. Sharp. Okay, so yeah, you would need to... I didn't make you do this last time, but you'd need to roll a sharp roll to see if you can do this.
Okay.
Because when traveling through time and space, I'll roll plus sharp. On a 10 plus, you arrive at the desired place at the desired time. On a 7 to 9, you arrive at either the desired place or at the desired time. Your choice. On a miss, you are lost. That's pretty bad.
Yeah.
I want you to really familiarize yourself with your
That's
character
really
sheet,
risky.
like, for next game as well. Because you've got some really incredible stuff in here that I think you could utilize.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Because, like, there's things like no paradoxes. There's obviously historian. You can look and see if Babylon does live. You could look at that as well.
Yeah, that was my other option, was the historian role, and I feel like that's probably safer.
Okay,
Because if
sure.
I fuck this up, then
I apologize for going over a little bit here, Trevin, obviously, with it being
we're good. This is
a
cool.
big thing. I want to make sure it's done right. Historian, holy shit.
Oh, sick.
Okay.
to learn how no paradoxes works.
Okay. No, she won't. Not yet. You know that Babylon is not meant to die here. That's what you know emphatically. You know he could, but you know he doesn't. If, like, circumstances count. This is like a timeline split, if you will. And your instinct tells you he's not meant to die here. There's other stuff.
Okay.
And I'll see if we get a chance to look at it today. It might be next session. But on an 11, there's something else you notice. And I'll come back to it. But you know, when you look at Babylon and you look at his regular like face, his abilities, he kind of looks a little bit like Steve Urkel. And you only know that through like some old transmissions on televisions and like holocasts. But he kind of looks like a little bit of an awkward Steve Urkel that is figuring out how to be cool in a sort of endearing way. But you know the face, and you know a weather-beaten version of it, and you ascertain that he likely isn't meant to die here.
Okay.
Do you communicate that to the group?
Yeah, I'm trying to figure it. Fala just looks at Jericho and just, one thing that you should know is that as far as I know, and in my future, Babylon doesn't die here, and so at least know that. As long as we can keep him safe, he'll be fine.
That's much appreciated. TJ, out of character, would I be able to use like the Raven teleport here, just to take us back to spaces in between?
Yeah. I mean, I think that would be very sensible, given the situation. Yeah. I think also if you're imbued with that confidence, I think that's the moment you would use it, because you're not so uncertain anymore. But yeah, if you want to do that, is that just an automatic on your? Is that your version of Angel Wings? Is that your version of Angel Wings?
Sorry, can you repeat that? Can you repeat that? I didn't catch any of it.
Is that your version of Angel Wings?
It was basically just like teleporting, using kind of the same, like, use magic
So
it's not thing that we were doing.
Okay, let's make this a little bit interesting. I'm gonna basically just say this to you. You can either do this here, all of you together, or all of you can separately be transported back, because unless I'm mistaken, none of you have the ability to take everybody. Well, I think actually Fala is the only one that would. But each one of you...
I do, yeah.
Each one of you can only take a couple people, right? Like, Calista's only taken a bunch of people once before, and it was like a big risk. Jericho, you can't take everybody, so like, you could all teleport one person individually, or like two people, and then we could figure out where you're all landing. Or it would just be Fala taking you all, unless I'm mistaken, Jericho, with your teleport.
We've never done it using a big group. It's only ever been like, I think the max.
Does it say?
Max was like 3 people, and I think it included Jericho himself as one of those people.
Does it say the limit of people? Because if it doesn't, then you can do it.
It does not say limit of people. It just says to either bar or create a portal to a location or creature.
Oh, it's that one. Okay, do the roll, and then let's see what comes up. 12. Yeah, okay. All All right.
Christ, finally.
We're going over a bit, but there's a scene I want to end on, and since we're moving rooms, I wasn't expecting that. Okay, so spaces in between?
Yes, please.
All right, you guys transport through. You delicately bubble Babylon, and you take him through. Everyone there is waiting for you. And just for the sake of brevity and time, you sort of explain the situation. Jericho, I need to know who you need to talk to before you just make your decision, and we're going to end on that.
Who I need to talk to?
Do you need to talk to anybody before you decide do what you're deciding to do?
Either this is in regard to taking
So what to do with Babylon?
I talked. Jericho probably talked to Indica about it, but he's made his mind up that he's going to after like hearing Babylon's little last few like words to him, he's going to take the Fractal.
Yeah, Endicott would tell you to take it. Endicott gives you a hard look of someone who's been in many wars and says, "You don't get the luxury of taking the easy route, my boy. I taught you better than that. I'm glad he consented, but even if he hadn't, you know what you need to do. And I will be there to help you."
Much appreciated as always, Magister.
Are we ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. You all go up to the roof of the spaces in between, which is an area I've never really explored. But you realize when you go up there that this is actually existing in a bit of a pocket dimension. And that makes sense. It's a haven. You can't be attacked in your haven unless it's something it's invited in. And beautiful night sky out. It's still in Sturgeon, but it's like a little area that no one is aware of. And you know, and Endicott knows that you must have an open air to go out there. Everyone goes up. All of you. And standing around this little circle, where you lay a sleeping, unconscious Babylon stump down, you and Paint Gunkerson, who is there just in case things go south, and Endicott are standing around Babylon. And everyone else is standing to the side. And I guess all that's left to do, Jericho, is to make the roll. And obviously, if you want to use a luck, if you want to push yourself, but you do have a +2 advantage on this roll.
Okay. All right. All right. I think I'll just use the +2 advantage. I think I'll save the luck.
Okay.
Yeah.
9. You put your hands over. In fact, actually, as well. Let me just see what Endicott rolls. Because he's going to be assisting you. You put your hands over Babylon's face. Do you say anything before you start?
I think as Jericho places his hands on Babylon's face, he'll kind of he'll lean down a little closer to his unconscious body and say, all of Sturgeon thanks you for your sacrifice.
Yeah. Endicott got an 11, so he's gonna help make up for that 1 point deficit. A bright light envelops all of Babylon's body, and the rest of you are bearing witness to something that happens in Sturgeon once every 2 to 3 millennia. You're watching one god make another god mortal. Forcibly taking magic from someone is considered an extreme taboo. It is something that, outside of the Fractal hunt, it's considered one of the worst things a person can do. Rendering an incredibly gifted ancient, and talented individual ordinary. Removing their immortality shackles, removing the knowledge they spent centuries, sometimes millennia, poring over, all the help they have given to society, and the research that has forwarded mankind, repaid by removing everything that makes them special. And it's happening to someone you know. And as Jericho's hands glow, and Babylon Stump's eyes and mouth light up and his screams fill the air, you watch as the fires that make up the man formerly known as Brimstone pass onto Jericho Branch. And after about 5 minutes, they have fully enveloped Jericho, who controls it and channels it into his right arm before glowing and emitting a new kind of weapon: black lightning. And for a time, whether long or short remains to be seen by the annals of history, the rivalry between Babylon Stump and Jericho Branch has been put to rest. And on the ranking systems, you see number 10, Fire, aka Brimstone, Babylon Stump, has been eliminated from the Fractal Hunt.